This is the brand new DJI OSMO Pocket 4, which I've been using and testing for a few weeks. Now stick around if you want to know what's new, what's been improved, and more. Welcome to the Photo Genius channel. Hi, Paul here from Photo Genius. Welcome to the channel and my review of the brand new DJI OSMO Pocket 4. So I've been lucky to have been granted early access to the latest release from DJI, who are also the sponsors of this video. I've been using the OSMO Pocket 4 for the last few weeks, testing out the brand new features and image quality. And of course I have lots of videos and photos just like the one behind me to share, so you can see for yourself what this tiny camera can do. So the OSMO Pocket 4 is a compact, travel-friendly camera with a built-in 3-axis gimbal for steady shooting. All you need to do is rotate the touchscreen and it's instantly ready to capture high-resolution images or shoot 4K video. The rotating screen makes it easy to switch between landscape or vertical shooting for social media, and the built-in gimbal keeps everything steady if you're using the camera handheld. Great for vlogging. There's also plenty of pro features built in that will satisfy both photographers as well as video and content creators alike. So let's get into it. Comparing the OSMO Pocket 4 to its predecessor, the Pocket 3, there doesn't appear to be any changes. But rotate the screen and we see the addition of 2 new buttons. The left button allows for easier and instant zooming, and the right hand button can be customized to suit your needs. I've set mine so that one press recenters the gimbal, but a double press will quickly switch between photo or video mode. The joystick has also been changed to an analog system for more precise control when adjusting the gimbal or zoom, and I'm pleased to see that the micro SD card slot now has a cover to keep dust out. But another great update is the Pocket 4 now has 107 GB of internal storage. Now that's great if you ever forget your SD card, and we've all done it. One of the key features of the Pocket 4 is of course the gimbal, which allows for smooth panning and rotation of the camera and is mostly unchanged, except for the addition of some contacts on the side. Now this powers the optional fill light, which magnetically attaches to the gimbal. I'll come back to accessories later in the video. Also supplied is a gimbal clamp. Now this snaps into place using a magnet and it keeps the gimbal secure and also protects the lens from getting scratched. This is a nice addition. Using the touchscreen makes it easy to switch between different camera modes. Swipe up to adjust resolution, down for the main menu and settings, and swipe left for effects and the Pro mode if you want more control over your exposure, shutter speed and ISO. So whilst on the outside the OSMO Pocket 4 does look very similar to the previous model, it's on the inside where the biggest updates have been made, starting with the sensor. Now the camera sensor is a big factor when it comes to image quality, colour depth and dynamic range. And as a photographer and someone who also creates video content, this is really important for me. Now with the Pocket 4, DJI have introduced a brand new 1-inch sensor with 14 stops of dynamic range. Now just for clarity, dynamic range is a common photography term where a stop is either a doubling or halving of light. In layman's terms, the more stops and the wider the dynamic range, the better, especially when it comes to taking photos or recording videos of high contrast scenes, such as sunrise or sunset for example. Now to really evaluate how well the camera responds, I've been testing the Pocket 4 in good light during the day, but also at sunrise, at night, and also under some tricky lighting conditions, to give you a real sense of what it can do. So let's take a look. So let's begin with some sunrise photography. Now as you can see, it was a gorgeous still morning. I'm using the DJI Mimo app to control the camera, and I'm selecting an ISO of 100 and a shutter speed of half a second. The aperture is fixed at f2 and cannot be adjusted. Now here's the image straight out of camera, but shooting raw I get a lot more from this image with a minor edit in Lightroom. Now we've had better sunrises, but at least there was a little bit of colour in the sky. Overall I think a nice image. Now I also took along my Canon R50 to compare results. This is the image straight out of the camera, and this is the edited version. Side by side, the OSMO Pocket 4 is clearly on par with the image from the Canon camera. Sunrise over and time to check out the local wildlife. These pelicans are one of my favourite subjects to shoot, and with the sun lighting them from behind, it's another good test for the camera. As you can see for yourself, the video looks great, and these still images shot with the 2x zoom I was really happy with. Taking photos or video early in the day is preferable for me as the light is softer. Towards the middle of the day can be problematic. This image, for example, you can see the white tin roof lacks detail, but it was shot as a raw image, so the detail can be easily recovered with some basic processing. Now you may like to know that I've saved a bunch of images to the Photogenius website so you can see for yourself how the OSMO Pocket 4 performed. You'll find a link below this video. Now if you're mostly interested in the video capabilities of the OSMO Pocket 4, then you're not going to be disappointed, with plenty of options available including high definition 4K at 24 through to 60 frames per second, low light mode, slow motion, hyperlapse, time-lapse and motion lapse. With the brand new sensor and extended dynamic range, the OSMO Pocket 4 performs really well after the sun has set. Low light mode does a superb job of capturing detail in high definition 4K for amazing views of Brisbane City at night, B-roll and behind the scenes shots, as well as tricky lighting situations such as live events. By default, the camera will record videos as MP4 files, but you can also shoot in D-Log for an extended dynamic range. Think of this like RAW for video. Now with log files, while straight out of the camera, the recording will look very flat and lacking in contrast. Using the right software and a free LUT, you have greater flexibility to color grade in post-production. Now if all of this sounds a bit much, you can also use the free DJI app to do this easily at the press of a button. So now let's talk about one of my favourite features and upgrades with the OSMO Pocket 4, slow motion. So to shoot slow motion, you need to increase the number of frames recorded per second, and most cameras offer the option to shoot at 60 or 120 frames per second in 4K. But the resolution drops from 4K to 1080p if you want to shoot at 240 frames per second. But not so with the Pocket 4, which can record 240 frames per second slow motion at 4K resolution, and it looks so good. So I think there's something really satisfying about watching the world go by in slow motion. But what do you think? Is this a feature that you would use? Let me know in the comments below. Now at the time of making this video, I could actually only find 2 cameras that could match this, and they cost significantly more money and certainly not nearly as compact and portable and user-friendly as the OSMO Pocket 4. Now one of the reasons why I purchased the OSMO Pocket 3 when it was released back in 2023 was the built-in gimbal and subject tracking. Unlike a static camera where you have to stay within the frame, the Pocket 3 and of course the new OSMO Pocket 4, you have freedom of movement. This is great for solo creators like me, but of course it can also be used for just about anything. People, animals, vehicles, whatever you like. And it's now even better. So the Pocket 4 now features Active Track 7, featuring intelligent autofocus, improved subject tracking, and a new feature called Subject Priority. Now here the camera tracks my daughter competing at an ice skating event. But watch carefully, because here you can clearly see how well the camera tracks this ice hockey player in the white top. Even when someone blocks the view, the camera quickly locates the subject again. In order to get this shot of Government House in Adelaide, I simply held the camera up really high and walked along the wall. The built-in gimbal keeping everything stable, perfect for capturing video handheld without the need for a tripod. Okay, so let's talk about image quality, and photographers listen up because this is for you, because DJI have made a big upgrade to the resolution of the OSMO Pocket 4 camera. They've achieved this with a combination of the brand new sensor, but also a feature called Superphoto. Now this uses an algorithm to boost resolution from 9.4 megapixels all the way up to 37 megapixels. And it has to be said, the results are pretty impressive. Take these two images of a turntable. Now the one on the left was taken using the standard photo mode, the right is Superphoto. They do look virtually identical, but the difference is in the details. Now if we zoom in on the Superphoto, you'll be able to see lots of detail and even the grooves on the record. Do the same thing with the standard photo, and as you can see, the image now looks soft, lacks fine detail, and you cannot see the grooves. Now, just like with any traditional camera, you can adjust things like white balance, so you can shoot JPEG or RAW images, or both if you wish. There's a self timer included, which is useful if you're using a slower shutter speed and you want to avoid unnecessary camera movement, or maybe you want to take a selfie. So a few days ago, I made a trip to Adelaide with my daughter, where she was competing in an ice skating competition. Now, while she was busy practicing and training, I had some downtime to explore the city and of course put the OSMO Pocket 4 to the test. Staying away from the tourist areas and walking the back streets is what I really love to do. On the way, I stumbled across this very lively, colourful door. This image was shot using the Superphoto mode. As you can see, plenty of detail. Now as a comparison, this second image was taken with my Canon R50, also in my bag, and here's my two images side by side. Now another nice feature that's brand new to the OSMO Pocket 4 is the addition of film tones. Now these can be applied when shooting videos, and there's 6 to choose from: CC film, NC classic negative, pastel, warm tone, movie and retro. So if you want to give your video footage a cool vintage look, then these are definitely worth a try. Now the film tones are not available when taking photos, but I'm thinking, fingers crossed, we may see this in a future firmware update. So now let's talk about the DJI Mimo app. Now I've mentioned it a few times in this video. It is of course a free app, and it allows you to control the camera remotely, access more functions, as well as future firmware updates. Now the app connects flawlessly. It's really easy to use. You can download your videos and photos to the gallery. You can edit your videos within the app, and you can easily export for sharing on social media. Now I do highly recommend taking a look at the Creator Combo, because this also includes the wide angle lens, DJI Mic 3, fill light, mini tripod and a padded carry bag. Now if you want to find out more, you'll find links below the video. So when it was released, the OSMO Pocket 3 completely changed the way I work when I'm on location. Now I'm a firm believer in, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that's the approach that DJI have applied with the OSMO Pocket 4. They haven't changed what made the Pocket 3 such a great camera. They've simply taken a great camera and made it even better. Now the standout features for me are the improvements in image quality and the low light performance. The ability to shoot slow motion in 4K I absolutely loved, and of course there's the improvements in things like active track and face recognition. But let me know in the comments below, what feature do you like the best? So please consider giving this video a like if you've enjoyed it and you found it informative. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section and I will try to answer as many as I can. Now don't forget to also check out the Photogenius website to see a gallery of images that I've taken with the Pocket 4, link below. I'll also share some images to Instagram as well. So a big thank you to DJI for inviting me to test out the OSMO Pocket 4 and for sponsoring this video. And of course, thank you for watching. Until next time, see ya. Bye.